Most likely, you want to study in Norway for free or, at least interested in learning more about the complete procedure. This article makes it easier for you with all the important information. General information about Norway. Norway is officially known as the Kingdom of Norway. It is one of the 3 Scandinavian countries. The country shares a long eastern border with Sweden, with Finland and Russia to the northeast. 5.2 million people are living in Norway. Norway has grown to become a multicultural country. The capital Oslo is Norway's largest city, with about 620,000 inhabitants. The other big cities are Bergen, Stavanger, Trondheim, and Tromsø. Each year more than 25,000 international students choose Norway for higher studies. Higher education system of Norway. Norway follows the Bologna process, which is in use in most European institutions for higher education. The Bologna process is a mechanism promoting intergovernmental cooperation between 48 European countries in the field of higher education. The Bologna process seeks to bring more coherence to higher education systems across Europe. It introduces a 3-cycle higher education system consisting of bachelors, masters and doctoral studies. Free education in Norway. The majority of Norwegian universities and state university colleges are publicly funded. Therefore, Norwegian public institutions do not charge tuition fees. This also applies to international students, no matter which country you come from. Private institutions charge tuition fees for their degree programs, but the fees are usually significantly lower than those of comparable studies in most other countries. Intakes and deadlines for admissions to study in Norway. There's only one admission period for the majority of study programs in Norway. Every university has its deadlines for admission. Mostly universities open online applications from December to March. Students can enroll, who wants to study in autumn. Eligible applicants start the course the following August. Few universities in Norway have pre-qualification deadlines that are earlier than this, so remember to look for those as well. What is application process in Norwegian university? Applications and admissions to higher education in Norway are handled by each institution, and each university may have different requirements and deadlines. Here you find necessary information about requirements, documentation and deadlines for the different study programs and institutions in Norway. Once you need to shortlist a few courses and institutions. Now choose the most relevant course with your previous studies. You would have higher chances to get admission if the course is relevant to your previous studies. As there are universities in Norway, which offer free education, you should find a course in any institution which charge no tuition fee. The next stage is to start the online application at the particular university's web portal. Fill the online form with basic information and upload all necessary documents. Now pay the application fee, which is non-refundable. Your application for admission would not be considered for selection till you pay the application fee. Attach supporting documents to enhance chances for admission to a university. University will evaluate all the applications and will inform selected candidates through email. You can approach Consult Studies Abroad for guidance about scholarships, university admissions and many more useful information. Requirements for admission at university. These are requirements for admission at university for different level of studies. For bachelor's degree/undergraduate admissions. Higher secondary certificate, HSC, plus 1 year university education or intermediate examination certificate plus 1 year university education. For master's programs admissions. You must have obtained an undergraduate/bachelor's degree, which must include courses equal to 1.5 years full-time studies in a subject relevant to the master program you want to apply. Language requirements. Many bachelor's and master's programs are taught in English. You should expect to document their language skills according to the requirements set by the institutions. The requirements may vary from institution to institution, and sometimes from study program to study program. IELTS can be optional, if your previous education is in English. That completely depends upon the university. Do international students need to pay tuition fee? Norway has public universities which offer free education for both Norwegian and international students. The majority of Norwegian universities and state university colleges are publicly funded. Education is free in Norway at most public universities, but students need to contribute for each semester around 42 to 84 euros. This contribution is necessary for each student to bear the expenses of exams and other charges. While private institutions in Norway charge tuition fee to both Norwegian and international students. Tuition fees usually range between 7,000 and 19,000 euros per year. 7,000 to 9,000 euros per year for bachelor's programs. 9,000, 19,000 euros per year for master's programs. What is living cost in Norway? Norwegian standard of living and quality of life is very high. Therefore, Norway is expensive in terms of living cost. The living cost can be more than in other European countries. As you know, expenses are higher in big cities. On average, living cost is 800 till 2,000 euros per month depending upon the country. Tromsø average living cost per month, 1,000 till 1,600 euros. Oslo average living cost per month, 1,200 till 2,000 euros. Other smaller cities in Norway usually have an average monthly living cost of 800 to 1,000 euros. Accommodation charges are normally between 300 to 700 euros per month. Student halls and rented/shared apartments are common options for residents in Norway for students. Food expenses vary from 250 to 400 euros per month. This is approximate cost and it can be different for each individual's spending habits. There are student discounts for transportation. Monthly expenses are between 55 to 70 euros per month for a transport card. How much bank statement is required for student visa? Students who want to get student visa of Norway, they need to show enough money to cover tuition fee. If admitted in a private university, then student need to pay tuition fee and living expenses. The student needs to show 11,420,80 euros per year approximately in terms of living expenses. This amount should be transferred into the Norwegian bank account before submitting an application to the embassy for a student visa. You need to open a bank account in Norway before you transfer this amount to this account. Once you are in Norway, you can use the money where you want. Who is eligible for Norway student visa? Students are eligible for a Norway student visa if they fulfill the following requirements. The student must have an admission letter from university or college, accredited by the Norwegian Agency for Quality Assurance in Educations, NOKUT. Applicant must be admitted to a full-time study course. Applicant must show living expenses of 1 year in the Norwegian bank. The student must have accommodation in Norway. Required documents for Norway student visa. Visa application form. University acceptance letter. Accommodation proof near university. Bank statement, means you should have 1 year expenses for living in Norway. Funds must be transferred in Norwegian bank account or deposit in account of university. CV and passport and motivational letter. English proficiency letter, depends on university. Previous educational certificates. Study permit issues in 2 to 3 months, so it's better to start the process early. How to apply for a Norway student visa. Once you have been admitted to any Norwegian university, now you want to apply for a student visa. First of all, you have to start the online application. In the second stage, submit all required documents at the Norwegian embassy. These are the following 7 steps to apply for Norway student visa. Collect all important documents. Register an online application at the Directorate of Immigration, UDI, website. Pay the visa fee through an online process via debit/credit card. The Norway student visa fee is 458 euros. Fix an appointment at the Norwegian embassy. Hand over all the documents to the interviewer at the embassy. The embassy will forward the application to the Directorate of Immigration, UDI, in Norway. UDI will evaluate your application and will inform you about your application for a student visa. Once you will receive a student resident card, you are eligible to travel to Norway. The duration of a student visa card depends upon your course length. Normally the student visa card is valid for 1 year. You can renew it if your course has a duration of more than a year. The renewal process is the same. Submit an online application at the DUI website. You must attach your past credits in the last year to extend your student visa. Can I change student visa into work permit in Norway? During your studies or after completing your studies, you found a job contract that meets the requirements, then you can change your student visa into work visa in Norway. You have completed your studies? Then, you can apply for a job seeker visa. It will allow you to find a job in Norway. Can my spouse come with me on Norway student visa? Yes, if you receive a Norway student visa, you can bring your dependent family members with you via a Norway family visa. They can apply alongside you or they may come after you have already settled in Norway. Scholarships in Norway for international students. There are scholarships for international students at Norwegian universities. Education is free but universities offer scholarships on a merit base and need base. The Norwegian universities have exchange programs like Erasmus Plus with abroad universities. There are different scholarships for students. Check the eligibility criteria of your country in this list for more details. What are job opportunities in Norway for students? Many international students hold part-time jobs when studying in Norway. It is a good way to learn and practice your Norwegian and increase your budget. Students are allowed to work 20 hours per week. Regardless of whether you are looking for a full-time or a part-time job, it is important to know Norwegian. There are also jobs in supermarkets, stores and many malls across the country. You can work part-time as a dishwasher and newspaper distributor. There are many online companies of food delivery that offer jobs to students. Graduate students with good credentials can have employment at a white-collar establishment depending on their field of study. Why to choose study in Norway? Norway is a small country with big resources. It offers free education to international students. Several degree programs and courses are taught in English, which covers almost all faculties of education. Norway is the northernmost country in Europe and includes a great variety of natural scenery. It has an attractive labor market and the unemployment rate is only 3.6%. Student can work for 20 hours per week during studies. Student housing is subsidized by the government, so housing is very affordable and at a very high standard. Universities in Norway. Choose one of following universities mentioned here for you and start your application for admission. We would love to hear what you think about this blog study in Norway for free. Write us email or let us know in comment box section. Don't forget to subscribe our blog by entering your email.